welcome. Sit down, get comfortable. I am Detective Paris Norman, and I am very grateful that you decided to come talk to us today. As you know, we sent you a message to see if you can come here to have this interview. This is not an interrogation, you're not in trouble, you're not a suspect for anything or anything like that. We just wanted to ask you some questions as you may or may not know there has been some interesting, strange circumstances in your neighborhood, and we need all the information we can get. So we appreciate the cooperation. So before we start, I wanted to know if I had your consent to record this conversation. I have a microphone here that I'm going to be putting on you. Is that okay? Okay. So I'm going to be putting this right there. Okay. Is that comfortable? Very good, thank you. I also will need to take a picture of you for the records and to have your thumbprints too, if that's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna take a picture here. So please do whatever face you want, that's okay. I'm just gonna take a couple pictures. Okay, very well. Then I'm gonna need your thumbs right here. Put this right there in the, and now press them down right here. Press them down right here. Thank you very much. Okay, now we can start. So gonna I have some notes with me so I don't forget anything. So okay, very well. We're gonna start with some standard questions and then we're gonna get a bit more specific. So it's not gonna take too much time, so don't worry about it. So first of all, I'm gonna need your full name, please. And your date of birth. Very well, that will make you how old? Okay. Very well. Now, a address, your home address, if that's okay. And a phone number. Okay. Very well. Also, I forgot to tell you, but if you don't want to answer any of these questions or any question makes you comfortable or maybe you don't understand a question, you can ask, you can refuse to answer, you're not being accused or anything like that. I told you, so don't worry about it. Feel comfortable to let me know if you don't want to answer any of the questions, okay? Thank you very much. So now, an email address. Okay, very well. Now, do you work? Do you study? Anything like that if you feel comfortable? And if you do, what field? What are you studying? Okay. And for how long? Okay. Okay. Do you live with anyone, a partner, family members? Do you have any kids? Okay. Do you have any pets? Okay, very well. Your health, just generally, do you have any allergies, any specific health issue or condition or anything like that? okay, you know. What about your diet? Do you have any specific diet or anything like that? Okay. Exercise or okay. Yes, this is important. Very well. Now, do you know your neighbors? You know, are you friendly with them? You see them often? Do you know their names? Okay. Anyone in particular that you're more friendly with or anything like that? Okay. Do have you heard or seen anything out of the ordinary in the past 15 days or so? Yeah, you know, someone acting out of character. Maybe you heard a loud bang or a weird sound, or maybe seen flashes of light, or heard someone scream, something like that. Heard an argument, anything. Okay. Do you wake up early? Do you are more of a night owl? You know, do you stay up late? Yeah, how is you know, your schedule in that sense? Okay. What do you do normally at around 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. normally? Are you sleeping? Are you, I don't know, playing games, working? Okay. You do you go out of the house much? I know that that's kind of sounds kind of a rude question, I think, but you know, to see if you were able to see anything around the neighborhood. Do you go out at night? Do you take walks, anything like that? Okay. Do you have a vehicle? You know, do you drive? Do you have, I don't know, a motorbike, a bicycle, anything like that? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Do you know anything about any of the disappearances that have been happening around your neighborhood? Okay. You weren't aware? Okay. Yes. There have been some, you know, disappearances. So some people had gone missing in the past month or so. There doesn't seem to be a lot of, you know, we're looking for correlations for, you know, the profile maybe of the victims. We don't know if this is, you know, if there's foul play, what's going on. We're trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. Have you seen anyone strange? You know, anyone that looks maybe a little weird, sounds a little weird, acts a little strange? Anyone like that around? Okay. Has anyone new come into the neighborhood that you know of? Okay. Okay. So you don't know anyone close to you that has disappeared, right? Any, you know, family members, friends, neighbors, or anyone that hasn't shown up or hasn't answered calls or that have been missing for, I don't know, maybe a couple of days. It could be even a couple of hours or something like that. No, not that you know of. Okay. I know that we talked about your health already, but have you recently found any changes in your health? Any sensitivities, any allergies, any scratches or bruises in your body or anywhere like that? Any stomach aches, headaches that are out of the ordinary, any new sensations? Okay. Any like visions, or anything like that? Okay. Any auditory hallucinations? Maybe you hear things and then you go and there's nothing, you know what I mean? Okay. Have you been having any strange dreams recently? Nightmares or anything like that? And if so, can you please describe them to me, briefly? Okay. If you do have any of these dreams or nightmares, does a specific person appears in these dreams? If so, can you describe them? Have you woken up recently, feeling scared or agitated or maybe, in cold sweats or stuff like that, out of breath? Okay. Do you experience or have ever experienced sleep paralysis or anything like that? Okay. Has that changed recently? Okay. 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 No, everything's okay. It's okay. Okay. Just a second. Is there anything that comes to mind that you think might be pertinent to the situation? Anything that you think is relevant to the case of, these strange disappearances? Okay. Would you be willing to, contact us if you see, hear, or know anything? You have our contact information from the email that we sent you. So we will greatly appreciate it if you have any new information to send it to us. If you see anything strange, to film it or take a picture or anything like that. It would really, really help. Yeah. Would you be willing to take a polygraph test? We're not accusing you or anything like that. It's just to make sure, it's just kind of standard. Not right now either, in another occasion if we find it necessary. Okay. And would you be willing to give any DNA, would you be willing to give a sample of your DNA or some blood samples to us? We have a doctor working with us. You could go to this doctor, and he would also, if you are okay with, make an exam to see if you are okay, if you are okay with that. Okay, think about it. You have our information, so you can let us know. Again, you do not need a lawyer. We're not accusing you or anything. We don't think you're not in trouble or anything like that. We just need to make sure that everyone's safe, right? Okay. I think that's all the information that we need from you for now, but if it's okay, we might contact you again at a later date. So yeah, don't worry. We are monitoring this case very closely. But take care. Be careful. Don't go out at night. Don't open the door to strangers. Be careful of strangers, please. And again, if you see anyone acting strange, or you find yourself acting strange, or has anyone told you that you've been acting strange or different lately? Okay. Well. Okay. That's all that I have to ask you today. Thank you so much for your cooperation. We might be contacting you again at a later date. So, yeah. Goodbye. Take care.